Hello students. As you know, in our last session, we have started with the revision of chapter number 8, that is body movements. The topics that we have discussed in our last session, let us quickly revise that. We have studied the different movements in our body. The different movements that we observe in our body when we remain at the same place, like blinking of eyes, breathing, etc. We have also studied that for moving from one place to another, we walk, run, jump or skip. We have studied the different movements that take place in animals to move from one place to another, like birds fly in the sky with the help of their wings, fish swims in the water, snake slithers. We have also studied the different joints that are present in a body. We are able to bend or move because of these joints that are present in our body. In our last session, we have revised two types of joint. First one was ball and socket joint and another one was pivotal joint. We have studied the structure of these joints and where these joints are present in our body. So, I hope all the topics that we studied in our last session is understood to you. So, in this session, let us continue to revise this chapter. First, we will revise the another type of joint that is present in our body, that is hinge joint. Now, how does the hinge joint allow the movement of the bone? Where the hinge joints are present in our body? As the name suggests, hinge joint. It functions in the similar manner as that of the hinge that is present on the door. Have you observed the hinges that are present on the door? How does this hinge allows the door to move? It allows the door to open in the back and forth direction, isn't it? So, similarly, the hinge joint that are present in a body allows the bone to move in the back and forth direction. Let's have a look on the activity. In this activity, we will study how does the hinge joint allows the movement of our bone. To carry out this activity, we will need a cardboard or a thick chart paper. Now what you have to do? You have to make a cylinder of that cardboard or a thick chart paper. Attach a small pencil to the cylinder by piercing a cylinder at the center. Now, the cylinder that you have made from the cardboard, you have to pierce or make a small hole at the center of the cylinder. Now, attach a small pencil to that cylinder. Make a hollow half cylinder from the cardboard such that the rolled up cylinder can fit inside it easily. Then you have to make a hollow half cylinder from the cardboard. You can see in the image how is it done. Such that the rolled up cylinder can fit inside that hollow cylinder. The hollow half cylinder with the rolled up cylinder sitting inside it allows the movement like the hinge. So, how does it will allow to move? It will move in the same way as the hinge moves. That is in the back and the forth direction. Fingers, toes, elbow, knee and ankle contains hinge joint. You try to move your finger. How does it moves? It moves in back and forth direction, isn't it? So, these are some of the examples in our body where the hinge joint is present. Now, we will study the another joint, that is fixed joint. What do you mean by fixed? Fixed means anything that does not move, isn't it? So, as the name suggests, fixed joint. Here, the bones cannot move. Bones cannot move at these joints. Some joints between bones in our head are different from those we discussed so far. So, till now, whatever joints we have studied, we have observed the different movements taking place. So, some joints between our bones in our head are different. They does not move. They are fixed. So, the different joints that we studied earlier, in that we have observed the joints show one or the other movement in our body. The first joint that we studied was ball and socket joint. So, how does the ball and socket joint allows the movement in our body? The ball and socket joint is present in the shoulder. It allows the complete rotation. So, ball and socket joint allows the complete rotation. Then we have studied the pivotal joint. Pivotal joint is present in our neck and wrist. How does it shows the movement? It allows to move in backward and forward direction, and also right and left direction. Then we have studied about the hinge joint. Hinge joint allows back and forth movement of our body. And the fixed joint does not allow the movement of the bones. Now, try to open your mouth wide. When you open your mouth wide, what do you observe? You can move the lower jaw away from your head and not the upper jaw, isn't it? Try to do this. When you open your mouth wide, your lower jaw moves away from your head, while your upper jaw does not move. There is a joint between the upper jaw and the rest of the head which is fixed. Why we cannot move the upper jaw? Because there is a joint between the upper jaw and rest of the head which is fixed, which does not allow the movement of the upper jaw. All the different bones in our body forms a framework to give a shape to our body. So, the different bones are present in our body that gives a framework or the shape to our body. This framework is called as the skeleton. So, at the time of the birth, the child has 3, not 5 bones present in the body. But as we grow, some of the bones fuses together, and the adult human have 2, not 6 bones present in the body. Now we will study about carpels. So what are carpels? Our fingers is seen to have many bones. You observe in the image, you will see the many bones are present in our finger. The several small bones are known as carpels. Now we will study about rib cage. So what do you mean by rib cage? How rib cage is formed? Rib cage is formed when the chest bone and the backbone join together. It forms a box-like structure. This box-like structure is known as the rib cage. Rib cage also protects the important organs of our body like heart and lungs. There are 12 ribs present on each side of the chest. Now what do you mean by vertebrae? Our backbone is made up of many small bones. These small bones are known as vertebrae. Due to these small bones present on our backbone, we are able to bend. So, our backbone consists of how much vertebrae? 33 vertebrae are present on our backbone. Rib cage is also joined to these bones. Now, what do you mean by shoulder bones? Where are shoulder bones present? The 2 bones that are prominent on the back where the shoulders are. These two bones are known as shoulder bones. You can observe in the figure how does the shoulder bones look like and where they are present in our body. And the image that you see on the slide is of the pelvic bone. Pelvic bone encloses the portion of the body below the stomach. Due to this bone, we are able to sit. Now we will study about skull. So what is skull? How is it formed? Skull is made up of many small bones that are joined together. It encloses and protects the very important part of our body, that is brain. So the very important part of our body, that is brain, is enclosed and protected by the skull. In this slide, you observe the X-ray images of the bones. The images of the bone or the photograph of the bone is taken by the X-ray machine. Where it is used? It is used by the doctors to examine any dislocation or the fractures in our bones. So, what we have studied in today's session? In our today's session, we have studied the two joints. What are that joints? Hinge joint and the fixed joint. Then we have studied the different bones that are present in our body. Like the bones that are present in our fingers are known as carpels. The bones that are present in our backbone are known as vertebrae. We have also studied about rib cage, skull, and the different bones like shoulder bone, pelvic bone. So, I hope the topics that we have studied today are understood to you. We will continue with the remaining chapter in our next session.